Hello. So, how's it going today? I hope you're having a great day. It's pretty warm here, but it's not as warm as it has been. I wanted to do this outside, but one of my neighbors has some big thing out in their, I guess their patio area. It's making a lot of noise. It sounds like they got a generator or something going on over there. Anyway, so not doing it outside. Anyway, today is not going to be a rant. I am going to talk about my challenge for September. And I try to do a challenge pretty frequently, but I don't always talk about it because I'm not really sure if I'm going to go through with it or not, because you know how flaky some of us can be. But anyway, I have decided that for September, I am going to do a challenge for the month on my diet. And I'm going to try the carnivore diet. I have never tried the carnivore diet before. I've tried probably every other diet out there, but I've never done the carnivore diet. In the past, I've had a lot of problems with my digestion due to an injury I had in 1997. I made a video about that not too long ago, and I'm not going to go into all that. But anyway, I had a large section of my bowel taken out, and then after that happened, over the years since then, I continually had issues. And so I would try every diet that came along to see if it would take care of my issues. I would have intermittent constipation with diarrhea, severe pain, and in 2014, I got so sick, I started losing a lot of weight. And in 2015, I had to have surgery to remove some more of my colon. At that time, I was down to eating potatoes and bananas. I was so sick, and I drank electrolyte type drinks because I was severely ill. And after that, I got back to eating more regular stuff, but I still had a problem with meat. And so I kind of steered away from meat. And I am going to try this again because I went through vegan, vegetarian, all those diets. And I have eaten a little bit of meat here and there, mostly chicken. But I think that after all this time, maybe some things have changed, because back then I think a lot of it had to do with the gut biome, something like that. And plus I had a severe bowel restriction where the food would get to a point and just stop. So hopefully that's not going on now. Anyway, having said that, I'm going to try this for the month of September. September has 30 days, so I'm going to see what happens. And from today until that day, I'm going to kind of clean up my pantry. I usually don't have a lot in my refrigerator anyway, but I'm going to see what I have in there and try to clean it all up so that I don't have anything to tempt me to do otherwise. And since I keep a strict budget, I want my budget to match my diet. And my budget in the past has always been around $300 a month for my food. Now, I've done a few challenges where it was a lot less than that, and I've been able to do it. But for the month of September, I'm going to keep it to $300, and I'm going to see if I can keep it. I'm going to keep it to $300, period. And we'll see how that goes. But I've watched a lot of videos about this, and I do want to lose some weight, but the other thing is I have a bunch of health issues that I haven't been able to get any good progress with traditional doctors. I have blurriness in my left eye, and it seems to just, it does this where it'll get better and then it'll get worse. And it's very concerning because I've been to the eye doctor. I've been to 3 different eye doctors, and they don't find anything. I've had an MRI. Nobody seems to connect the two together. It's very concerning to me because I can't see very well out of that eye. And so I'm wondering if this might help that condition. I also have a few other conditions like I have some brain fog. I have trouble with my memory quite a bit. It's nothing that would point in the direction of Alzheimer's, but it is what they call age-related. Like I'll forget, I'll go into a room and forget why I went in there, come back, and then I remember, kind of forget some people's names, but then later on I'll remember. Just minor things that I don't think point in the direction of dementia. I mean, it may eventually, but I'm going to just call it either stress or food related. I have exhaustion a lot. I have insomnia. I've had that for many years. Have joint pain and nerve pain. And all these things have sent me down the rabbit hole of trying to find some kind of solution. And so far, nobody has said to me, oh, you need to change your diet. So what the hell, the doctors aren't helping me. So, and plus the last time I went to the doctor about my arm, because I had an injury last October, and I've had all kinds of tests. I had surgery on my wrist. It didn't help the pain in my arm. The last time I went to the doctor a few weeks ago, he said, well, this is going to be your new normal. And I just have a hard time accepting that, So, yeah. So I don't like my new normal. I want my new normal to be better than my old normal. So I'm going to try this and see what happens. In 30 days, I should know, if it's going to help me lose weight, if it's going to help with the brain fog, the insomnia, the eye problem, all the things, the joint pain, because these are all things that I have to live with every single day. And I have heard repeatedly over and over and over again that eliminating sugar from your diet can make big differences. And I've eliminated almost all of the sugar from my diet, but I haven't eliminated all of it. So we're going to see if I can do that. That's going to be the big one, because the only added sugar I have right now is I make tea in the morning and I put sugar in it. I've cut back on the amount of sugar I put in. But then sometimes I have tea in the afternoon and I put sugar in it. So, and I can't use any of the fake sugars because they give me horrible headaches. So we'll see how this goes. I may just end up giving up tea altogether because, I think the sugar part is probably the part that I like better than the rest of it. I mean, it was easy for me to give up coffee because I couldn't drink it black. It's just gross. It's more about the caffeine, really. And caffeine isn't bad for you unless you do it in a really high doses. So anyway, that's my challenge for September. And this video is really for me to watch at the end of the 30 days and to see if there's been any major changes. Now, I also want to say I have a doctor's appointment this month, or in September, and it's a new doctor, and I'm going to see what he has to say about these conditions, because in the past, most of this crap was just pushed off either to a specialist or, like I said, the one that said, this is your new normal, that kind of thing. And I'm going to see what he has to say about these things. Now, I did have some blood work done a few weeks ago, and my A1C was 5.7. Most of all of my other labs were normal. I did not get a cholesterol test, but my cholesterol has always been about average, a little higher than normal, but average. And I am not concerned about my cholesterol because it's never been super high. So other than that, all my lab work is always really good. I had some low B vitamins. I had an infusion a couple of weeks ago to hopefully bring that up. And I want to, after I see the doctor, he may ask me to do some more blood work before I come back to see him again, because I'll show him my results, what I just got a couple of weeks ago. And so then I have a baseline to look at for the time that I go back. And hopefully I won't have to go back for, like 3 months or something like that. So anyway, that's my challenge for September. And if it turns out to be a good thing, I may continue it, I may not. And that's all I've got for today. And I hope you have a good day and enjoy the rest of the summer.